Hello everyone and welcome to Shell Point today for Monday, October 31st. I'm Adam Brown. On today's show, Laura Slack will give us a preview of tomorrow's class on dementia-related behavior. And the folks at the Legacy Foundation will talk about a seminar on building the American dream in business and life. But first, we'd like to remind you of Wednesday's opportunity to cook with Shell Point chefs. They will share some of their favorite holiday recipes that you can serve at your own parties. A French pastry and a mini breakfast strata are two of the items on the list that the chefs will show you how to prepare. Sign up at either service desk and then join them in the social center at 2:15 on Wednesday. Now on Thursday, you can join President Peter Dice as he gives a pictorial history presentation of how Shell Point Village has grown into Shell Point Retirement Community over the past 45 plus years. The presentation will take place at the Village Church at 2:15 p.m. and everyone is welcome. Also on Thursday, it's time for the Photo Club's monthly meeting. This month's Critics Wall Challenge focuses on reflections. Bring your best interpretation of this theme and receive helpful comments and critiques from club members while enjoying the photography of others. It all takes place in the Social Center at 2:15. How do people with dementia communicate their needs and feelings once their ability to use language is lost? It's through their behavior. In tomorrow's Health Connections class, you will discover how to decode behavioral messages, identify common triggers, and learn strategies to help with the behavioral challenges of Alzheimer's disease. Laura Slack, Director of Resident Life, visits with Emily Reese, a program specialist for the Alzheimer's Association, to give us more insight.
Hi, I'm Laura Slack, Director of Resident Life, and I'm here today with Emily Reese from the Alzheimer's Association. Hi, Emily.
Hi, Laura.
Welcome to Shell Point.
Thank you.
So tell the audience a little bit about who you are and a little bit about the Alzheimer's Association.
Yes, I work as a program specialist for the Alzheimer's Association. I'm a gerontologist by training. And our mission certainly is to provide support and care to those currently impacted by a diagnosis of dementia, but also to end this disease through research. And the Alzheimer's Association is one of the largest nonprofit funders of research in the United States.
Well, that's great. So Emily's here to talk about a Health Connections class coming up called Understanding and Responding to Dementia-Related Behavior. So Emily, tell us a little bit about the Health Connections class and who do you think it would benefit?
Yes. Well, certainly this class will benefit caregivers, persons that are taking care of someone that has diagnosis of dementia, but it also can benefit just any individual that is in contact with someone that has diagnosis of dementia. We know that as someone is challenged by this brain disease, that their ability to interact in a meaningful way with others changes. And so we do view behavior as a form of communication for someone with dementia. And this is just key to understanding the changes for caregivers to be able to respond and cope with these changes in the best way possible to alleviate stress on themselves and the person with dementia.
So this would be a good class for anyone dealing with dementia or anyone that may think they might deal with dementia to come and hear.
Yes, yes.
Well, that's good. So please come out and hear Emily on Tuesday, November 1st at 10:30 in the Grand Cypress Room. And you need to sign up for this class, so please call the service desk, either service desk, to get your spot in the class.
And now I'm going to be frank with you. No, my name hasn't changed, I'm still Adam, but there is an important book by Frank Morsani. It's the story of his journey during the Dust Bowl era to becoming one of the top auto dealership owners in the country, and how he worked with 3 U.S. presidents as a champion of small business. So, how does that relate to this next segment? Well, the dynamic duo of the Legacy Foundation, Melody and Jeff, are standing by to talk about their seminar tomorrow that's all about Frank's book on building the American dream in business and life.
Hi, Shell Point. I'm Melody Desilets, joined today by Jeff Cory, and we are here to talk about an upcoming legacy seminar tomorrow. It's called To Be Frank, Building the American Dream in Business and in Life. So, of course, I love a little play on words, to be frank. So not only is the author's name Frank, but it also means to be authentic, to be straightforward. So can you tell me, Jeff, a little bit about who this author is?
Sure. His name is Frank Marsani. He sort of has a rags to riches story. Grew up in the Dust Bowl of Arkansas during the Depression. Just grew a fantastic business. Had one of the first Toyota dealerships here in Florida. Grew that to 30 car dealerships during his lifetime. He also served as the chairman of the board for the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, actually under 3 presidents. So he really has a tremendous story. He's a philanthropist. He gives back, really cares about people, making a difference in life. And his story, I think, is one that our residents will resonate with and also be inspired.
So even if our residents are retired from their former positions, they can still get some pearls of wisdom from this gentleman.
Oh, yeah. I think, again, he has a life that really is inspirational. He served in the Korean War. And he's, again, he's the age of our residents, and he's looking back and going to share pearls of wisdom. And I'm sure our residents, again, will be inspired by it and will walk away feeling good, feeling great about America.
So, Jeff, who is our target audience? Who do we want coming to this seminar?
Well, I think anyone would be encouraged by the personal story of someone who basically came from nothing, and to see what success he had in life and how he did it. And again, the fact that he's giving back with a sense and a heart of appreciation. So it's sponsored by our friends at Sanibel Captiva Trust Company. They'll be here, and I think it's just going to be a great time for anyone who's looking to be inspired by a businessman, but also the personal story of really a hero in American life.
That sounds fantastic. Now, he did write a book. Is this available for purchase should our residents choose to do so?
Sure, they should come prepared. He does have a newly published book. I've read it. It's a great book, and so bring a little money along to buy one of his books and support him as well. And again, it's going to be a great time.
Well, residents, you heard all about the To Be Frank, Building the American Dream. The seminar will take place in the Grand Cypress Room Tuesday, November 1st. It is at 1 p.m., which is not our normal time, so it is an afternoon program. Sign up is required through either service desk, and we greatly look forward to seeing you there. Thank you so much for joining us today.
And now it's time to cover all of today's happenings, Academy news, menus, and Village Church connections, right after this Listening to the Words preview from David Howenstein.
Happy Halloween is my wish on this edition of Listening to the Words. So the theme is ghosts, good, bad, and humorous. Here's some of what you'll hear. From Shell Pointer Joy Ellen Ryan, suddenly I awoke with a start. My breathing was labored due to the stench. From a story titled A Demon Cat, Shell Pointer Ann Wharton reads, I was sound asleep one night and was awakened by my husband choking me. From a story about some 1940s Halloween mischief, gasp at the ins and outs of teenagers in Fenimore, Wisconsin, trying to pull off the ultimate caper of tipping over the rare remaining outdoor toilets still standing. From a collection titled, I Never Believed in Ghosts Until, Shell Pointer Glenna Irwin pronounces such as, I still had this uncanny feeling that we weren't alone. My heart was pounding in my chest. If you still don't believe in ghosts, how about an inspiring story that started with the sign in the restaurant window that advertises a serving of steak and eggs for $3.85? Unknown authors are responsible for other offerings, including The Graveyard, where what was heard sounded like Beethoven's Ninth Symphony. David Howenstein here with some noteworthy news for Shell Point residents. If you're lucky enough to be confronting these crazy clues today on All Hallows Eve, you may tune into Listening to the Words today on Shell Point's Channel 12. Fear not, for this Halloween program will be playing twice each hour, all day and night. every day this week, Monday through Sunday, except when last week's village church services magically reappear at 3 different times on Tuesday and Thursday. And thank you for listening to the words.
Hi everyone, and welcome to today's happening segment at Shell Point TV. I'm Dora Robbins, and I'm here to tell you about all of today's activities at Shell Point. We're going to start at 8 o'clock with men's round robin tennis. That's at the tennis courts at the Woodlands. Also at 8 o'clock we have pickleball, and that's at the game courts on the island. At 8:45 we have virtual bowling, and that's at the Resident Activity Center. 9:15 we have billiards. That's also at the Resident Activity Center. At 9:15 we have Lollygaggers Paddlers, and they meet at the kayak storage on the island. At 9:15 we have pottery, instruction available, and that's at the pottery studio in the tunnel. At 10 o'clock we have men's match play tennis. That's at the tennis courts at the Woodlands. And we have the Suzy Q going to Mantanzas on the Bay. Sign up is required, and that's at 10 o'clock. 10:30 Disciples Men's Bible Study Group. That's at the game room in the Woodlands. Table tennis playing clinic is at the Tarpon Room on the island. That's at 10:45. And at 11:30 we have agility, balance, and flexibility, and that's at the health club. Right now that's closed. At 12 o'clock we have mahjong, and that's at the Sable Room in the Woodlands. And at 12:45 we have Zumba Gold Fitness, and that's at the health club. Sign up is required. At 1 o'clock, we have Gary Vidito. He performs World War II Survivor Story, and that's going to be at the Grand Cypress at the Woodlands. At 1:15, we have Samba Card Game. That's at the Resident Activity Center on the island. And at 1:45, we have Balance, Stability, and Strength. That's at the Health Club on the island. And at 2 o'clock, we have the Beady-Eyed Bead Club. That's in the Oak Room at the Woodlands. And at 3 o'clock, we have Pilates Bar Fusion at the Health Club on the island. And at 3:15, we have Shell Point Singers Rehearsal, and that's in the choir room. At 3:45, we have Beginner Martial Arts. That's at the Health Club. Sign up is required. And at 5, we have Singles Table at the Crystal. At 6:30, we have Duplicate Bridge, and that's at the game room at the Woodlands. And the last activity for tonight is at 6:45. It's movie night. The movie is The Stranger. It's a 1946 film, and that's at the Social Center. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Rich Nation, sitting in for Terry Colath to inform you of your Academy classes for Monday, October 31st. At 10:30, we have Anatomy of Words in the Oak Room, and everyone is welcome. At 1:15, the Interwar Years from 1918 to 1939. It's Part 4 in the Social Center. Sign up is required. Menus for Monday. In the Crystal Room, the Crystal Platter is salmon cakes with wild rice pilaf and broccoli. For dinner, they're featuring their dinner buffet for $14.95. The soup of the day is vegetarian chili. In the Island Cafe, the sandwich special is a pub burger with choice of cheese and french fries for $7.95. And the Palm Grill is closed on Mondays. All menus are available 24 hours a day at www.shellpoint.net.
Welcome to the Village Church Connections. I'm Don Pullen. Today we have Bonnie Bishop with us. Bonnie is one of our Operation Christmas Child leaders. We've put together lots of boxes for not only the Village Church, but for the greater Shell Point community to be involved in Operation Christmas Child.
And would you like me to talk about it?
Sure, that's why you're here, Bonnie.
Okay, well...
what are the dates that people can come pick up their boxes?
Well, the boxes are ready to be picked up now.
Okay.
And the last date to return is the second Sunday in November. That's the 13th.
So anybody can stop by now to pick up their box, and they have a couple of weeks.
Exactly.
Yeah, almost 3 weeks to get them back.
Exactly, yes. And then they'll be shipped off to another church, and they will pack it, and it's all going to go in a van and onto a boat. And this is under the auspices of Samaritan's Purse. And they are in charge, and they're involved. These boxes will go all over the world, and it's a tool to be used by the missionaries to tell the story of Jesus' birth. And that's why it's a Christmas box, because it will be done at Christmas time.
In fact, we have a video
Yes.
that shows some of the boxes being given out.
Oh,
and so
great.
we'd like to show that video
That'd
as a
be
part of
fine.
our time.
Yes.
And then after the video, we'll come back and
Okay.
remind everybody of those
Sure.
details.
The kids are playing, are laughing, joyful.
It's like a whole world to them because for the first time they have received this precious gift.
The message through the box is not only the toys that makes them smile. The message here is that Jesus loves them.
You've got an army of volunteers that pack the boxes. They're helping OCC to take the gospel literally to millions of children.
We are opening doors for other churches in other parts of the world to do ministry in their local community.
They receive a box and also an invitation to come back and learn more about Christ.
We just don't want to just hand out a box and stop there. We want them to grow in their faith.
So it started with a box, and it's ending with communities and countries being changed.
The sound so full it cracks the sky.
It never ceases to amaze me how a simple box can change the world for a child.
Thousands will be impacted by just one gift.
So, remind us again, Bonnie,
Okay.
about the boxes.
Sure.
When can we
Well, this
get
is
them?
the box. It's all decorated. All you have to do is pick it up at the church, take it home, and fill it and bring it back by the 13th of November.
And you actually have some things in your
I
box,
do.
right?
Let me show you what we have. I'm not going to take them all out, but the goal is to stock it as much as you can. It's supposed to be filled with love, and we have toys and clothing, and I have soap,
It's like a jump rope. Yeah.
right, toothpaste. It's just filled with necessities of everyday life, plus some fun things.
And don't we have a sheet at the church
Yes.
where next to the boxes that gives suggestions
Correct.
for things
right.
that can go
with
in
the
there?
box will be a list of suggested items and also a list of suggested not to include.
Okay.
And so we have to be very careful where it goes and don't really want to ruffle anyone's feathers. So we suggest items to give.
And this is not only for the Village Church family, but for the greater Shell Point
For the
community as
entire-
well. Anybody
yes.
can stop by and pick up a
Sure.
box and bring it back,
Right.
and they would it would be on its way
Correct.
to
Yes.
to a child
Yes.
somewhere around the world.
And then along with the gifts will be, as part of the missionaries program, they will hand out materials in that person's language so that they can learn more about God.
Great, 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 great. What a wonderful opportunity
know.
this is, especially this time of the
It's
year.
great fun.
It's more blessed to give
Than
than
to
receive.
right?
Great,
And it's all about love.
great. Well, thank you for watching the Village Church Connections today. Come and participate in Operation Christmas Child. Have a great day.
Thanks for joining us for Shell Point today for Monday, October 31st. Before we scare you away, please return for tomorrow's program when we'll recap some of the ongoing fitness classes with Hannah Hosterman and Anna Valle. And we'll give you a recap of last week's thrift store fashion show that was held at the new clubhouse. We hope you enjoyed the rest of your Monday, and we'll see you again tomorrow.